Good afternoon. Norma and I usually have Norma, I, and Lacey, the Halstead team, usually have a home buyers seminar, new home, first home, first home buyers seminar on the fourth Tuesday of the month, which is today, the 24th. Guess what? Nobody's going to be able to come. We're not even supposed to be at the office, which we're not. We're at home. And so I figured there was a couple people that were going to come, and don't touch a face. Okay. Anyway, there's a couple people going to come, and we didn't have their name or email or anything like that, so I can't let them know. Hopefully, they'll go to our page when they see our office is closed, but and then they can see this video. So we usually have a lender there, Mark Massa. We have an insurance guy there, John Rader. And who's that from the tax place?
Ruby Esparza.
Ruby Esparza from
Tax Pros.
Tax Pros. And and it's informal. It's a thing where we just sit there and we take questions. Because you know what? If you're a first time home buyer, you got more questions than you got answers. You read all kinds of things, see all kinds of things, and you really don't have, a back and forth with people. It's just a lecture type of atmosphere a lot of times. So that's kind of what this is going to be. Is a lecture type of thing because we don't have a way to go back and forth. I personally don't like video conferencing because it gets all broken up and everything. So anyway, so here we go. So this one we're going to put on, and the kind of the first step for me, a lot of people say the first step is save up money for a down payment. You don't know how much money you need to save for a down payment. Sometimes it's not as much as you think. Another one is know your credit score. Well, I'll tell you what, the first thing you should do is hook up with a real estate professional because they know all these people. I'm not going to pressure you into buying a house before you are ready to buy a house. But I know, like Mark, we deal with other lenders too. Angela Jimenez, Daniel Sosa, Wes Rice. We deal with all kinds of different lenders. The reason we do is because there's different personalities match different people. So we like to hook people up with someone they're going to get along with. So I think finding a good realtor is good. Saving up for the down payment, I tell you, I would go to DaveRamsey.com and figure out how to change the way you live and your lifestyle, and maybe or do whatever you need to do to get that extra money to squeeze it out and save up for that down payment. Knowing your credit score is going to be, or the credit people, whoever you deal with, they're going to be able to tell you what your credit score is, how to adjust your lifestyle or your credit cards or everything to what you needed to do to get your credit score up. Or you may have a great credit score. That's fantastic. But a lot of the Dave Ramsey stuff is like don't do any credit at all. But sometimes you need a credit score to be able to buy a house. So then what would be the next thing? Find a realtor, then go out and find yourself a house. Your realtor will set your criteria, whatever you're looking for. You're not going to be able to, as a first-time home buyer, well, hopefully you can buy a mansion, but mostly you buy a house that you and your family can live in comfortably, and then think of later on moving up. But you need to go shop for a house, and then you find the house. You make the offer, you negotiate, and that's your realtor's going to be doing all that stuff. Or that's what they get paid for. So you negotiate, and then bam, you come into contract. Everybody's like, okay, that's exactly what I want to do. We've got the seller who wants to sell the house. We got the buyer who wants to buy the house. We bring them together, and then all of a sudden we find out what's the condition of that house. Because sometimes you fall in love with the house, and the looks and everything, but you hire some guy or gal to crawl around and find out all the ugly about that house, And actually, you hire uh, a whole house inspector, a pest inspector, and they check for dry rot and termites and everything like that, and then a roof inspection. So you do those inspections, you come back, and they're going to have every house has something. Every house has a little problem here and there, and you decide whether you want to accept it and correct it later, or if that's something that you was just totally not anticipated is going to be a problem with that house. And you fell in love with it, and it looks good, and the paint colors are nice and everything like that, but the foundation's rotten from underneath it. Are you going to buy it still? Probably not. But if you're totally in love with all that other stuff, but we request to have that stuff fixed, the foundation or whatever is wrong with it. The lender will also order an appraisal, and the appraisal will tell you what the bank feels the value of the house is. And then, you work that out. What are you going to accept? What are you going to not accept? And then you get to the point where your final underwriting, and get ready for that. The finance company's probably going to want a few more things. Of course, you're not going to want to buy a new car or do anything that will impact your financial position until you close on that house. And then once you close on that house, we give you your keys. We will, the Halstead team will help you move. We got a moving truck. We will not physically carry furniture. Being a cop for 17 years kind of tore my back up a little bit. But we will pull the moving truck up there, let somebody else fill it up, and we'll take it to your new house. And then that's it. You got the keys to your new house. We usually have our locksmith change the locks for you, so you make sure that nobody else has a key to your house, and you're on your way. So that is basically the whole class. Some of the questions that come up, and the reason we have the tax person there. What's her name?
Ruby Esparza.
Ruby Esparza. I always forget her name. The reason we have Ruby there is to let you know about the tax benefits with owning a house. And John Rader, he's the insurance dude. What insurance company on?
State Farm.
State Farm. Okay, so we have John there with State Farm, and he lets you know about, because before you even take possession of that house, man, you want to have the insurance in place. God forbid something happen. But anyway, so he will take care of you, and he'll answer all questions, usually at our seminars. But that's it, folks. Okay, that's all I got for you. The next we'll let everybody know in advance when the next seminar is that people can attend, and we can stay 6 feet apart from each other still, and we'll get any of your questions answered there. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Anything else from you, honey?
No.
Okay.
You can have your glasses on.
Yeah, that would look weird. Okay, so after you deal with the lender, you got to get a pre-approval letter, and what it is it tells you that, or it tells everybody else that you're good to go, and you can put an offer in on a house for a certain amount, and the lender will work with you and find out the amount that you can spend on a house, and you decide what actual amount you want to spend on the house.